So there's a couple of Star Trek rumours knocking around, a hard reboot of beloved characters, and a new series that actually sounds pretty cool. Welcome to SciTrek, your sci-fi TV and movie channel. So first of all, I am going to say, yes, these rumours are from Giant Freaking Robot. Now, we all know about Giant Freaking Robot. They clickbait. They release stories that are just not true, and they regularly take credit for other people's hard work. But sometimes they get the story right, and I'm actually hoping that one of the articles, at least, that they've released in the last couple of days is true, and the other one, I really hope isn't. But why do I actually think we should listen to Giant Freaking Robot ever? Well, actually, SciTrek started because of a story on Giant Freaking Robot. They released a story saying that Stargate was going to have a live-action series, the series that then, a little later, Brad Wright started to write, and an animated series to go along with it. I actually did a video on that story, and it got over 100,000 views. It did very well. So from that video, I got a comment from a guy that actually works in LA. He told me it's not true anymore. When the chief executive changed for MGM, they scrapped the whole animation studio idea. But about a year earlier than the story released on Giant Freaking Robot, they were actually considering a live action series with an animated series. So kind of true by Giant Freaking Robot, just very, very late. And from that conversation, I developed a network of sources that have been serving the channel very, very well ever since. So, no, that's no reason to actually trust Giant Freaking Robot, but it is proof that sometimes they get it right. So what are the rumours they've been talking about in the last few days? Well, the first one is a 7 of 9 spin-off series is apparently in pre-production. Now, that would actually be pretty cool. I'm assuming, from what we've seen about Picard Series 3 so far, that 7 of 9 would be the commander of the Titan, and maybe that series would be based aboard the Titan. Any series with Jeri Ryan, I'm watching. I love her. And anybody that says that she's not the most gorgeous creature to ever live is a liar and wrong. My wife watches these. I'd love to see a series in that time frame, a little after the Next Generation. I don't like the Titan ship. I think it is ugly as hell. But, still a new starship in that time, captained by 7 of 9. Yeah, I'd watch the crap out of that. And there has always been rumours that Picard would be replaced by another series. Section 31 has kind of gone quiet with Michelle Yeoh. I'd still love to see that as well. But if those projects are being scrapped and it's being replaced with this 7 of 9 idea, then yeah, I'm on board with it. I'll watch the hell out of that. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out. There's merchandise available at sci-trek.com or below on the video. And if you really enjoy the content, consider hitting that join button because that really helps support the channel. But what's the other rumour? The rumour that I'm not so keen on. This one better be rubbish. So, as we know from reports a few months ago, we are getting a Star Trek 4 from J.J. Abrams, whether we like it or not. Now, even though the director's now gone and the script was actually written by those guys now doing Rings of Power, this film is apparently still going to be in cinemas roughly the end of next year. But according to this leak from Giant Freaking Robot, from their trusted sources, some of the characters in this movie are actually going to be rebooted versions of characters from the Next Generation. So we're going to see a younger Captain Picard, Geordie LaForge, Will Riker, Worf, blah, 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 blah. Maybe Will Wheaton can come back. Let's not do that. Now, my first question was, how the bloody hell is that going to work? There's 130 years between the Enterprise A and the Enterprise D. So, timey-wimey episode we're looking at. It's going to be a timey-wimey episode. Now, we've not seen that in the J.J. Abrams Star Treks yet. So, it's about time, really. So, okay, there's going to be time travel involved. If you're going to get in the comments now and say they wouldn't do this, of course they wouldn't. Why would they hard reboot the Next Generation? Well, they've hard rebooted Star Trek already. We're on our third Kirk. We're on our third Spock. We're going to get our third Bones soon. We're on our third Uhura. They've already rebooted all of these characters. I hate the new Kirk, by the way. It's such a Weasley looking man, but I don't know. So we're already rebooting all these characters. Star Trek and Paramount Pictures would, of course, reboot the Next Generation characters. And following on from the big hurrah the original actors are getting in Picard Series 3, I could kind of understand them doing this. But I don't want them to. So next question. Apparently, this would then lead into and be a sort of a backdoor reboot into then a series of Next Generation movies. So what timeline are they going to be in? So they're going to be in the Kelvin timeline. Now, that's one way, again, of getting rid of the whole reboot issue. We're not going to see stories we've seen before because it's a different timeline. It'd be interesting, actually, though, just thinking off the top of my head, it would actually be interesting to see where the Federation ends up in another 100 years. Oh, God, am I starting to think this is a good idea? Oh, wow, okay. But we would see the Federation, and it would be in the Kelvin timeline, we can assume. Are the Next Generation characters big enough to, though, then create a series of movies? I think so. I think Picard has been a complete failure to date, but I'm really hopeful for the third series. That might be a good springboard into this. The TNG characters now are old enough, the series is old enough that it has become sort of a modern classic. So yeah, I think these characters are well known enough that they could support a series of movies. I don't think we're going to see any more Star Treks. I'm really surprised we're getting Star Trek 4, if I'm honest, from these characters. The actors are just too busy, too big, and I really think it's going to be very hard to make any more of these films. But I could see then a whole new cast making further Star Trek Kelvin timeline movies. My last question is, do I want this to happen? No. I think it'll be bad. I don't want to sound like those people that complained when the Next Generation got rebooted. Now, these can't replace these characters, blah, 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 blah. I just don't want to do that. I didn't like Discovery. I didn't like it when they rebooted the Enterprise and had a new Captain Pike. But I was proved wrong because he's brilliant. So I don't really want my immediate emotional response to sort of like put my shutters down on this one. Because, look, they did a great job of Strange New Worlds. It was brilliant. It's the best Star Trek we've had in years. So I cannot say that, look, it's impossible for them to make something good. I think it's just very unlikely. The J.J. Abrams movies have not been good. They're not good Star Trek. They're quite entertaining, quite funny, very action-packed movies, but they're not really good Star Trek. So my confidence in Bad Robot being able to make a good Star Trek The Next Generation movie is really low. Do you know how hard it is for a filmmaker to make Benedict Cumberbatch look like a bad actor? That takes some real skill. But I'll still go and watch it because I'm a Trekkie and that's what Trekkies do. But hey, get in the comments, guys. Tell me what you think. Is your immediate reaction is giant freaking robot, giant freaking liars, like I did? Or do you actually think this story has half a chance to have legs? Could it be a way forwards? And actually, would it be interesting to see where the Federation ends up in the Kelvin timeline a century further on? Maybe. If you are new to the channel, please like, subscribe, hit that bell notification. It really helps us out. Also, consider, if you enjoy the content, hitting the join button because that really supports the channel. As always, guys, please stay safe and I'll see you next time.